Hello, hello, hello. How y'all doing? Long time no talk to. I know it has been a little minute since I have gotten up here. Well, it really hasn't been that long. It's been, I don't know, like 10 days, but I guess 10 days might as well be 3 weeks in YouTube time. Hope y'all are doing all right. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, y'all. We have made it into 2024. And I can hardly believe it. I cannot believe that we have gotten to this point. I hope y'all are doing all right. I hope y'all enjoyed the Christmas holiday. I hope you enjoyed the New Year. Me, myself, we didn't really do anything for New Year, honestly. We, of course, turned on the, what do you call it? The New Year's Rockin' Eve, whatever, and watched the ball drop, pop some fireworks outside, and really that was it. Pop some champagne. Yeah, that's it. That's all. We didn't do much. But I will spare y'all the small talk. I know I was supposed to go live. Hey, Scarlett. Hey, girl. So I know I was supposed to go live. I want to say that was last week, last week sometime, but I didn't get around to it. Honestly, guys, there has been a lot going on. Not a lot of bad stuff, a lot of good stuff for sure. Things that should be happening for me this new year already is, and I am very excited about it. Um, so yeah, I've just been busy, and so my last live ended up being a dud. So I'm coming up late talking about what I'm going to talk about this evening, and I won't be up here too long. But without further ado, let me go ahead and jump into the point. Hey, the truth girl. Hey, girl. Hey. Hope you're having a happy new year so far. Y'all, we're almost, yeah, we're almost 2 weeks until 2024. Listen, it's going to be 2 weeks. Next thing we know, it's going to be 2 months, 8 months, and then it's going to be 2025. Listen, the fact that it's 2024 gagged me. I don't know about y'all, but oh my God. You're gonna discuss the timeline video. You know what? Yes, Scarlett. I actually just came from watching Miss Pineapple's timeline video. So shout outs to Pineapples. Actually, I have a few other reactors I want to shout out because they've been putting out some pretty good content the last week or so. Shout outs to Pineapples. Shout out to My Two Cents. Shout out to the social intellects. I mean, yeah. So let's jump right into it, right? So I kind of wanted to make this live like a just a general cover all. I mean, I will talk specifically about these trash ass moms, but I definitely want to talk in more general terms. Scarlett, I see you haven't watched it. Definitely go give it a watch. I want to say it was about 20, 25, 30 minutes long, a pretty decent length. But she definitely talked about everything that needed to be talked about. She called out what needed to be called out and just the lies as usual. You know, Chrissy lies so damn bad. Yes, girl, you definitely have to go watch it, Truth. She really she caught Chrissy up because just in that I want to say it was Chrissy's last video. I can't remember, but one of the most recent ones where she was talking about her pregnancy, she said that she has been with this man for a year. And then she backed it up and said, "Oh, well, it's been a little under a year." But I'm not gonna ruin it for y'all. Y'all definitely go watch Pineapples, go to her channel, give her some views, get her those likes, and definitely look at the timeline because based on how she calls Chrissy out, and we all knew this, right? Chrissy ain't been with that man no damn year. She hasn't been with him just under a year. She literally just started getting serious for real with him based on her own words just this past summer. So there's that. Can you play it? Girl, one day I am going to get this YouTube down pat and learn how to play clips and all of that stuff. I'm not there yet. But for now, yeah, just definitely go over to Pineapples and look at her content because that's going to help her anyway get those views. All right, so let me get into what I want to get into, right? So, what I want to talk about is the primary issue with all of these damn women in this sector, right? And that is men. Okay. I don't know why. And this is what happens when you're a pick me. And I know people overuse that term. People use the hell out of that term, right? And sometimes they're wrong when they use it. But for me, the definition of a pick me is somebody who worships men, especially black men, right? I'm going to talk about black men and black women because, again, like I always say, I'm a black person. So what the other communities do don't concern me. I'm going to talk about mine, right? Yeah, Chrissy definitely probably got pregnant this summer, 9 times out of 10. Absolutely, unequivocally, which hence why I know she's further along than what she's putting on. But yes, so these women worship men too damn much. Let's just get into it. There's no tiptoeing around the topic. They are, if it's not one man, it's another. And this is why a lot of them end up in the situations repeatedly that they end up in. They end up pregnant, right? They end up abandoned and they end up crying and confused and wondering why life is so hard. But if y'all stop putting these men in front of all y'all needs, it wouldn't even be that serious. It would never get to that point. Chrissy is definitely 5 months pregnant. Yeah, we listen. I'm definitely gonna get into it. I feel like she is. If she's not 5, she's a strong 4. But Chrissy, that little ultrasound that she showed with that little grain of rice looking baby, no, I think that that video is old. And that is also why I believe why she hid the date on the ultrasound. Um, because that video was probably shot a little minute ago, at least further a ways away ago than just this week or the last 2 weeks, for sure. But censoring men, right? That's what these women do. They put men first. Even some of these reactors get on my nerves with the way that they make a big deal about being married and having the ring. Listen, we see this with Chrissy. Having a ring don't mean shit. Being a man's wife does not mean anything. If that man ain't shit and he don't want to treat you like shit, he doesn't want to do right by your children, a ring isn't going to make that any better. A ring isn't going to solve any problems. For the most part, men are just not shit. They just not. Not all of them, right? But I'm not gonna sit here and and go through this with a fine tooth comb. I'm just gonna do a coverall because the majority of them ain't shit. Some men are great men, right? So I don't need people coming over here talking about, oh, my dad and my brother and my uncle are great men. No, I'm not talking about some. For the most part, these men ain't worth a damn. And we know this. We've seen it time and time and again. Not even just with these mommies, but we've seen it all over, right? I'll take this for example, and I'm just going to bring this up, y'all, because it's kind of a hot topic right now. But did y'all see the video of that guy flying like a damn flying squirrel over in the courtroom over the counter at the judge? Yes, they do put men on a pedestal. Have y'all seen that video though? Of that man flying at that judge when she gave him when she was trying to sentence him. Black peen worshippers. Yes, the true girl. Listen, that is exactly. I cannot stand black male worship. I just can't. I can't do it. And don't get me wrong. I love my black men. I have black men in my family who I love and adore, who are 100% stand up men. But even they know, I'll tell them to their face, the majority of your brethren ain't shit. And that's just what it is. But anyway, so if y'all haven't seen the video of the guy in the courtroom flying at the judge, so he got, of course, he's black, right? He is back in front of the judge. I want to say, from what I read, he has a history of domestic violence and he violated his parole for the third time. Not the first, not the second, the third time. He's on parole for abusing women. 9 times out of 10, probably a black woman. Um, he's in there for being abusive to women. And because the judge says basically, okay, we're not giving him parole anymore. He needs a taste of another medicine. He needs something else. He needs to not be on parole. He leapt, y'all. This man leapt all the way down from where he was standing, all the way over to the judge's bench and pummeled this lady. I'm talking, he beat her ass. And you would be surprised at the amount of women in the comments on IG defending him. Oh, well, she shouldn't have got sarcastic with him. Well, she shouldn't have had a smart mouth. What are y'all? What? Well, the judge was wrong. So the judge was wrong for doing her job. I swear to God. I brought that up just to show the epidemic of how black women can be mammies. Some of us can be mammy as fuck and black male worship as fuck, and coddling these men and trying to atone them for wrongs that they're wrong for. No, stop it. Stop it. It has to stop. When these men are wrong, they're wrong. When they ain't shit, they ain't shit. And truth, girl, you're right. Most men aren't worth a damn. They're not. And so I said all that to say, when I see women like Chrissy and Liv and Jazz and whatever other women in the sector, because there's a bunch of them now. I just don't react on all of them because I'm not deep in it like that, and I really don't give a damn like that. But the amount of male worship is crazy. It is crazy. Even some of these reactors that sit up here, oh, well, y'all don't deserve a good man. Really, honestly, most of these, let's be real, most of these men are not good. Most of these men are not good. Most of them are not good. I don't give a damn how they present themselves. I don't care what kind of ring they put on your finger. It's a lot. I know a lot of married women who are single mothers. Let me say that again. I know a lot of married women, and I'm talking about, putting on happily married. I'm talking get on IG and post long captions and pictures of them and their husband and kids smiling ear to ear. And I know that when them cameras go off, they are cleaning that house by themselves, raising those kids by themselves. That man is going out the door. She don't know where he is. I'm talking, I know married women who don't have clean STD panels because of their husbands. So please, when people get on here with the, well, if she was married and she can't even find a good husband, that honestly, really, that's not gonna save anybody from nothing. Stop worshiping having a man. If y'all would stop putting having a man on a pedestal and thinking it's cute just to say, my man, my man, my man, my man, my man, my boo, my babe, my man, half of y'all wouldn't be in the situations that y'all are in. She said a bunch of women supportive of abusive men is so weird. I wonder if that was one of their daughters. Would they be, girl? Listen, honestly, girl, if it was one of their daughters, they would probably ask their daughter, "Well, what did you do to make them upset?" Because I've seen that happen too in real life. I have seen that. Some black women are so, they believe that black men are so above reproach that if you question them on the why, on the how, then you're looked at as, oh, you're not down for the you're racist against black people. Listen, for me, I'm not doing it. For me, I'm gonna call a black man out every single time. You trash. I said it. I'll say it again. I'll say it louder. Garbage. You are trash. Scarlett, yes, it's all fake. Girl, listen. Oof. It's all a facade. Most of these people that are married are not fucking happy. And listen, that's not me saying that they're not happy black marriages. I'm not saying that. I want to make that abundantly clear. I'm not saying that because I've seen those. But what I will say, especially nowadays, that shit is, man, please. It's not that. The worthless hub girl. You have to, who truth, who is that? Who made that? I want to go watch it. Because listen, these husbands nowadays, from what I hear and see, are just as worthless as the damn baby daddies. You might as well have had these kids on your damn own. Hey Pat, what's up, girl? What's up? What's up? What's up? Happy New Year, Pat. I am doing lovely today. And I hope you're doing well too. Marriage is take Yes, and listen, Scarlett, marriage is more than just, and this is another reason why a lot of these women go wrong, is because marriage is more than just saying, I'm married. It's more than just saying, I got the ring. Like, the ring don't, listen, the ring don't mean a thing. The ring doesn't mean anything if the man is a piece of trash. The ring doesn't mean anything if the woman is a piece of trash. It doesn't mean anything if y'all are just doing it just to say you're married just because you think it sounds good. When at the end of the day, you out here struggling like the next person, like the next single mother. It doesn't matter. Even outside of the ring, right? Being with a man says nothing about you except that you can attract a man. But you're not special for being able to do that. Anybody can attract a man. Listen, a man will fuck a toaster if it had a wet hole, okay? Having a man is not the flex that people think it is. It's not. Especially these low self-esteem women and these pick-me ass women. It's having a man saying that I have a man, my man, my man, my man. That's not the flex that you think it is, especially if your ass is with that man and you're on the struggle bus. So, with that being said, let's roll right on into Jasmine, my Jazzy life. All that, my man, my man, my man, she was doing with Chris, all that, he's with me. He had a baby with me. So he clearly likes me. Girl, all that talking about child support is a scam just because the mothers of his children were rightfully probably trying to petition for it. All of that has led you down a path of looking like a fucking clown because you did all of that caping, all that capping for Chris. Whole time this nigga's out here making a fool of you. And this is what I'm talking about, right? Women will get up here and act like shit is sweet the whole time these men are dogging them the fuck out. Jasmine, you should feel like an idiot. And I hope you do. Most women who think they have husbands that are good are getting cheated on like crazy. And I listen, and if the men aren't cheating, they're out here with gambling problems. They out here with drinking and drugging habits. Listen, these men are putting these women through it, and these women are putting on these masks and acting like shit is sweet just to say, I'm married, or my husband, or my ex-husband. I'm not a baby mama. Listen, I'd rather be a baby mama than somebody's stupid ass wife. It's crazy. Look at Chrissy, for example. She's still walking around here talking about my husband or when our marriage. She'll have y'all noticed she'll conveniently throw Demarcus's name up and stuff and the my husband thing. She'll throw that up every now and again to make herself sound good, but you sound like a fucking fool because everybody knows number one, y'all have not gotten divorced like you should, and number two, he's moved on and you have. So throwing up the my husband, that shit doesn't sound good, at least to me, because I'm not a pick me. Having a man is not the end all be all to me. A woman, another woman having a man or not is does not to me equate what her worth is. Just because a woman doesn't have a man doesn't make her worthless, and just because she has a man doesn't make her worth more than anybody else, right? So let's talk about Jazz again. Again, Jazz is out here looking stupid as hell. She did all of that, allowing Chris to call her followers peasants. She was allowing him to do so much bullshit, and he's taking her around the ringer. He's using her. And this is why. And now she's around here snot nosing, crying out of her big ass snout, looking crazy as hell. Because she put all of her stock into Chris. She put her all into Chris. And this is why I'm a strong believer, even if that man is your husband, you don't put your all into nobody except for yourself and your children. Other than that, never put your all into a man. Can y'all hear me? Somebody just called me again. I don't know how calls are coming through because I have my do not disturb on and somehow they're still coming through. All right. Hopefully y'all can hear me. Let's go through these comments in the meantime. Yep. He sure did make out a fool of her and left her something to say. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. Men are never satisfied. Look at that baseball players. Yep. Tim Anderson. Yep. Tim Anderson. If y'all have seen his wife, Bria Anderson, Bria is absolutely gorgeous. And I want to say she's almost done with her PhD. I mean, this woman is everything that you think a man would want. And his stupid ass not only cheated on her and had a baby on her, he cheated on her and had a baby with a woman who doesn't have nothing that she has. Deja has nothing. She doesn't have shit. But that's what these men do. They'll cheat on you with a woman that is lesser than you. That is what I see a lot. Right. The ex-husband. Girl, that ain't her damn ex-husband. That is definitely, most definitely her current husband. And with that being said, this baby is technically his baby. That's how the law would look at it. Some black women there are one upping you because they're get very weird. It is very, 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 very weird. I don't understand. But again, this is the dynamic that a lot of black women have. It's I'm better than you. I have a man next to me, so I'm better than you. I have a ring on my finger, so I'm better than you. This man is in my bed, I'm better than you. And that's the fucking problem. And that's exactly why Jazz is looking crazy the way she is, because she was given y'all 1 second. 1 second, y'all. All right, can y'all hear me? I'm sorry. I got another phone call. Oh goodness. I'm a hot commodity after 5 p.m. for whatever reason, but so yeah, most black women definitely are in competition. I'm better than you. I'm better than you. I'm better than you. I got a man. I got a ring. I got this. I got that. Child. Okay, girl. But yeah, I hope Jasmine learns a lesson. And the lesson that I hope she learns is to love your fucking self. Jasmine, you need to get your ass up. You need to lose at least a good 30, 35 pounds. Drink some water. Focus more on your kids, right? That's first and foremost. Focus more on your children. And that needs to be your focus. You up here crying about Chris. If I see another video that she does about her not eating, I'm going to lose my shit. Pick it up, Jazz. Pick it up. You need to eat. You need nourishment. Your kids need you to be present. Yes, breakups are hard, but again, the way you down bad over there, crawling on the ground, snot nosing girl. But this is what happens when you put men first. This is what happens when a man is your primary focus. When you lose yourself in a man. And this doesn't even just go for Jazz. This goes for all these women that feel like a man is their end all be all. This is what happens when that nigga decides to switch up. You end up holding the ball. You end up taking care of the kids. You end up by yourself crying in the dark, not eating. This is what happens. Love yourself. It's all right to be a little bit sad over a man leaving. It's okay. We're all normal. We're human. But Jazz, you doing way too fucking much. Seriously. She doesn't want a new baby that knows she's listen. He definitely doesn't know she's still married. She's definitely living in an apartment. Definitely in an apartment. Chrissy is such a damn liar. And see, she is the worst kind of liar because she's the type of liar that will volunteer the lie. Like nobody asked Chrissy for a I bought a house vlog. No one asked her for that. We were perfectly fine knowing that she was renting houses. She volunteered the lie that she bought a house. Then turned around and didn't even share proof that she bought a house. Like, damn, if you're gonna get up here and say you bought a house, if she really bought a house, she would have got her ass up here and she would have did a day in the life of a mom closing on a house vlog. Something. She would have did something to show her followers who are all just like her that hey, I'm a single mom with 9 kids and I managed to get rid of my debt and buy a house and you can too. And this is how I did it. So that's how I know that bitch lying. She ain't buy no damn house. Right. And that's what I'm saying. Jazz was doing, I remember this time, Jazz was doing a great job before she let him come along. She was doing a good job. She was. I gotta give props where props are due. She was doing great. But that again, this is what happens when you let a man come in and encompass your whole entire way of being. That's what happens. And you can't do that with anybody, right? I'll even say, even when it comes to like your kids, as they get older, you can't continue to let your kids be the center of your life because guess what they're going to do? They're going to grow up, they're going to go have their own life. You're not going to be the center of their life anymore. So, what you going to do when people move on and go on about life as people do? You're going to just ball up in a ball and just die? No, no, you're not going to do that. So it's like these women get these men and they do this crap and it's the inevitable. It always turns out the same way and I'm never surprised, nor do I ever feel bad for them. Jasmine really did have potential. I mean, truly she did. And as much as people can sit out here and dog her and drag her as she should be, right? They don't need to take that part away from her. That at one point she was actually on her shit. Yeah, she definitely ain't bought no fucking. Anybody that believes she bought a house, listen, I got a bridge to sell you. Right. She got evicted and had to go into a shelter. Um, and I actually have deets from somebody who knows about the shelter that Chrissy was at or the transitional housing that she was in. Um, oh yeah, I got a lot of information over the last over since last weekend, but I'll share sparingly. Exactly. Think of herself. Listen, I have been in a toxic relationship before and with a man whom I loved, who I thought the world of, and it turns out he wasn't shit at all. Turns out he was out in the streets embarrassing me like crazy, had me looking crazy. Was I devastated? Absolutely. Did I make him my end all be all though? No. So within a couple weeks, I was able to bounce back okay. I was able to be just fine. I was able for it not to reflect and for my child to be able to see how bad it impacted me. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, you got to learn to love yourself at the end of the day. And it's fine if you want to have a boyfriend or whatever, but they don't need to be your center of your world. Even your husband doesn't need to be the center of your freaking world. Like, come, nobody needs to be the center of your world except for yourself. Because push comes to shove, when you lose it all, if you lose it all you have is that body. It's you. All right. Yes, a shelter definitely did help her get that. And the area in Colorado, which I'm gonna not say it right now because to avoid doxing her, but the area of Colorado that she lives in, yeah, they definitely have a particular program that, like most states do, that assists with emergency housing. And yeah, that's definitely what Chrissy used. It all lines up. Definitely word on the curb if she is in an apartment, for sure. She is definitely, if it's not an apartment, it's a townhome. Um, but yeah, I s- I'm a hush, but I just know that I've seen pictures and I know the area that Chrissy is in, and yeah, she is in an apartment. Which again, she didn't have to volunteer that. Nobody told her to go stand in front of somebody's house and say that this is her house only to go back to an apartment. And listen, there's nothing inherently wrong with being in an apartment. This is why I don't understand Chrissy. Being in an apartment, there's nothing really wrong with being in one. Now, you do look crazy as hell having all those kids and being in an apartment. Yes, you look crazy, but I'm never going to say anything about a woman doing what she needs to do to keep a roof over her and her children's head. If you got to be in an apartment, you have to be in one. Whatever. Most Americans live in apartments. Most Americans Chrissy's age are not homeowners. Now, I can't speak from that experience on my point because I'm blessed and I am a homeowner and I am Chrissy's age. But everybody ain't able, and I understand that, right? Being in an apartment, as long as you have shelter for your children, girl, do you. But ain't nobody tell you to get up here and come up here lying. And you get up here lying knowing people are going to pull your whole card. People are going to pull your card. And then you get mad when people get the findings of what they found out and blast your ass. But people wouldn't feel the need to blast you, Chrissy, if you wasn't up here lying. Yep, Chrissy is a mess. Living, yes, all of them. The entire trio is a mess. And again, I know that there are others, but I don't know them folks, and I'm not about to talk about them because I don't know them and I don't care to dig and know them. But yes, listen. What I want to know is why none of her followers have held her to the fire on it. Why none of her followers have said, hey, girl, I'm thinking about buying a house. Can you share some information on what you did? Or, hey, girl, can you share a vlog about you in the closing? I want to see what the closing process is like. None of them have done that. But my theory is they haven't done it because they know deep down, as much as they fangirl over Chrissy, they know that Chrissy's full of shit. They know she didn't buy a house. Now, they're not going to come out and say it, but they know she didn't buy a house because they're not even asking her about it. They're not saying it. Chrissy hasn't said shit else about this home purchase. And knowing Chrissy, if Chrissy did buy a house, she would be ready to flex that shit. She would be doing a tour. She would be hosing up her closing papers, that big old packet. Everybody that's a homeowner knows that it takes forever to sign all them damn papers. Chrissy hasn't done that because there is no deed to show. There is no deed. There is no closing packet. There was no real estate agent. There was no closing company, closing attorneys. There was nothing. And I know I'm all over the place this evening. Y'all will be all right. I'm jumping from topic to topic, but listen, I said all that to say, stop prioritizing these men. These men are going to embarrass you every single time. I don't care if that's your boyfriend. I don't care if it's your fiance. I don't care if it's your husband. As a woman, you should never lose who you are, especially when you have children that are looking at you. You should never lose who you are. Never. Who you are should remain the same. Your values should remain the same. But these women don't see that. Instead, they meet a man. They got my man, my man, my man. I got a man you don't. Ha ha, nah, nah, boo boo. I'm going to get pregnant by this man. Oh, the man left me. Now it's time to cry to the camera with the fat nose and the red face. I don't want to hear it. I'm sick of it. Exactly. You can't buy a house until four years have passed by. Yeah. And from what I have seen, on record, Chrissy has like 5 bankruptcies. Her most recent was in 2021. It's only 2024. Yeah. And those bankruptcies um were marked as dismissed. The judge didn't even take them into consideration to be actually filed to where she can get relief from her debts. So that tells you all you need to know right there. She didn't buy a house. She can't buy a damn house. Not possible for her. Not at this moment, at least. She's not buying a house. Sorry, y'all. I'm getting some stuff out the oven. But yeah, it's sad because their kids are looking at him. But hey, listen, I literally weep for Cadence because she is at the age where she's figuring out, right? She's in those teenage years. She's figuring out what she likes right now, what she doesn't like. She's formulating how relationships should look, right? She's in high school. So for her to have a mother like Chrissy, who does not prioritize her or her siblings, makes her an instant babysitter, lets her do whatever the hell she wants. That girl, I don't know, y'all. I don't see it being good for Cadence. But again, I don't want to speak ill over any child because you never know how she's going to turn out, right? She might turn out to grow up and never have any damn kids because she's seen what her mom has gone through and she's been a babysitter her whole entire life. In the budget, which is basically known as it. Exact. She literally does. Chrissy has filed for bankruptcy consistently since 2014. Make it make sense. Live within your budget. Stop wasting these judges' time. They're not going to approve you to file bankruptcy because there are certain requirements to be able. There's two kinds of bankruptcies, from my understanding. And there's requirements for each. And when you don't meet those requirements, they're going to dismiss it every single time, and you're just going to be left with debt. But she doesn't understand that though. She's riding around in rented Teslas instead of saving money, right? Instead of swallowing her pride and being like, well, hell, I'm just gonna have to not have a car. No, not Chrissy. Um, not Miss. I gotta put on a act and act like I got it together. Let me go pay to rent this Tesla or however the hell she gets it. Either way, weird flex. The bitch is stupid. Yes, chapter 7 and 11. Yes, 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 yes. You are right. Definitely chapter 7. So those are the two types of bankruptcies. And again, there are requirements. You can't, not just anybody can go and file bankruptcy. Like you have to have had debts for a certain amount of time. You have to have um certain assets. Like there's just a lot that goes into it. Um and Chrissy just is not educated enough to understand that, which is why she keeps doing it over and over again. And it keeps getting dismissed over and over again. What debt does she have? Well, for starters, I know that she owes several of her past landlords. Like she's still on the hook for paying those people for past rent. That's for starters. She's probably got an upwards of however much credit card debt. Just, bankruptcy is a real exactly. Chrissy, no, Chrissy doesn't have it like that. And so women like myself and like you all are the only ones that understand that the stuff Chrissy says does not make any sense because we know better. A lot of her followers, they're just like her. They don't know better. They don't know any better. So when they haven't even been outside their home state probably their whole lives. So when they see a woman like Chrissy, to them, she probably looks like damn Donald Trump, the female version to them. But again, you got to look at the brand of women that they are. A lot of them are very uh trashy, just like Chrissy, which is why they get so pissed when people don't kiss her ass like they do. But yeah, that's not what we're gonna do over here. We're never gonna kiss her ass. We're not gonna kiss Jasmine's ass. None of them, because they're all trash. They're all trash, and they all put women before their most basic needs, even their children. Hmm. Y'all, I'm up here sipping on some Merlot. For the new year, my resolution was to kind of cut back on my wine consumption. I've been doing pretty good. That's actually my first glass that I'm sipping right now since the new year, which I know it's only been like 8 or 9 days, but don't judge me, y'all. Ugh. But yeah, I'm probably about to get up off of here. I need to go finish cooking. What I'm cooking tonight is in the oven. So I just took one part of it out, but I do have to go finish the rest. But I just want to get up here and acknowledge that, right? I see what's going on with Jazz crazy ass. Again, what Jazz is going through, what Chrissy's going through, Liv is going through, all of this is because they center penis. Period, point blank. Stop centering these men. I don't care who these men are to you. It is never that serious. Stay on your fucking grind, especially when you have kids. Y'all have kids. Y'all kids are the most important thing. If half of these women focus more on themselves and or their children, life would be great for them. Life would be exponentially better than what it is now, but y'all can't focus because y'all are so busy trying to prove to somebody that you can get a man. Like, what is that to prove? A man is not an accomplishment. Mm, I need a glass of wine. Girl, go get you a glass. Go get you a glass. And let me just say this. This is a controversial take, but I'll say it. Stella Rosa is not wine. I hate when I ask people what wine they like and they say Stella Rosa. Get the fuck out my face. I'm messing with y'all because I know a lot of y'all probably drink Stella Rosa. But no, for real, y'all. Merlot or Cabernet, they're red wines, and red wine has an acquired taste, but I promise you, acquire it. Before you leave, did Bria? From what I know, Pat, she has not had the new baby. But what I will say is, I've been seeing um that Tim Anderson actually recently liked you. So, Pat, I don't know if you saw the picture that Deja posted of herself on New Year's, in the all black. Tim Anderson apparently put a heart reaction on that post on Facebook. But once he started to see that people realized that he was reacting to it, he took it back. So it doesn't surprise me if he is still messing around with Deja. I never believed that he wasn't messing around with her anymore, just simply because of the fact that he had no business putting her up in a house that he bought. Period. I don't care that they have a son together. You could just be paying her regular child support, but you ain't have no business putting her up in a nice ass house and her other two children, whom you are not the father of. I don't know. Tim is a clown, but no, I don't see where Bria had the baby yet. But I am definitely praying for Bria, Peyton, Paxton, and that new baby because Tim ain't shit. Scarlett, you laughing? I take it you laughing because you drink Stella Rosa, sis. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to personally attack you. All right, y'all. I'm gonna get off of here. I said all of what I needed to say about these pick me ass women. Yeah, he ain't shit. But yeah, all I needed to say about these pick me women. Um, again, if Jazz ever hears this, or just whoever is on this live right now, it is not a flex to have a man. If you find a good man, if you have a good man, I'm happy for you. I think it's great. Um, but don't ever use the fact that you have a man as a gotcha to another woman, or yeah, cuz that ain't it. I promise you'll regret it. But anyway, I will come back up here at a later time, y'all. Again, I do have to finish cooking. I hope y'all have a yes. Look at me getting cut off reading the comments. Self-love is the key. Yes, you are right. Self-love is the best love. And in the words of RuPaul, I will leave y'all with this. If you can't love yourself, how in the hell you gonna love somebody else? Can I get an amen up in here? But yeah, y'all, it was great chopping it up with y'all. I will hop back on here probably in a couple days, maybe this weekend. And I hope y'all enjoy the rest of y'all evening. Talk to you later. Bye.